A soul can die from lack of connection long before it dies from lack of food. Loneliness isn't just an emotion, it's a biological need. When the brain feels unseen, it triggers the same survival circuits as starvation. In this episode, we'll explore how isolation rewires the brain, making it crave human presence like food. To the brain, disconnection is danger. The U.S. Surgeon General declared loneliness a public health crisis, as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yet, we often dismiss it as a weakness to be fixed in silence. But loneliness isn't a flaw, it's your brain saying, I need to be seen to survive. A quiet apartment, the hum of the refrigerator, the blue light of a phone that never rings. This is how social hunger begins. A craving for human warmth as real as the craving for food. Neuroscientists found social isolation activates the same neural pathways as physical pain, especially in the brain's alarm center for distress. Loneliness, biologically, is not sadness. It's a survival alarm. What does a starving brain do when it can't find connection? It starts to consume itself emotionally. It replays old memories, amplifies regrets, and convinces you no one cares, when your brain is simply starving for social nourishment. Harvard researchers show prolonged loneliness raises cortisol, keeping the body in constant alert. The brain's trust circuits weaken, making empathy harder and cynicism brittle. The more disconnected you feel, the more the mind retreats into doubt. It's biology, not your fault. A Yale study revealed lonely individuals show reduced activity in the default mode network, impacting their ability to imagine others' thoughts and feelings. The lonelier we become, the harder it is to understand others, and for others to understand us. What if loneliness not only makes us feel unseen, but also makes us see less of others? The human brain evolved for tribe, not isolation. 50,000 years ago, exclusion meant death. Our ancestors' survival depended on belonging, on eyes meeting eyes, on voices echoing back recognition. When we lose that mirror, our sense of self dissolves, a phenomenon psychologists call social self-concept erosion. You start to forget who you are when no one reflects you back. Lab experiments show that after just 10 hours of isolation, people hallucinate voices or patterns, the brain's desperate attempt to create social contact. Even imagination becomes a survival tool, which is why lonely people often talk to pets, objects, or their own thoughts. Could loneliness be an overflow of unshared humanity rather than emptiness? Neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman said, being socially connected is our brain's superpower. When someone looks at you with genuine attention, your brain's reward center lights up, releasing dopamine. Oxytocin rises, blood pressure drops. Your body stabilizes under the weight of connection. Simple human rituals like eye contact, touch, and laughter have measurable healing effects. The Mayo Clinic reports strong social bonds lower risks of depression, stroke, and dementia. We are wired to heal together. In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General declared loneliness the next great public health threat. It erodes us quietly. Chronic loneliness increases the risk of heart disease by 30%, dementia by 40%, and premature death by nearly 30%. It's a slow, invisible epidemic that spreads through the absence of contact. What happens when society forgets how to see each other? We build more screens than windows, scrolling through faces, but meeting none. Every like, every emoji heart becomes a digital substitute for real human warmth. But the story doesn't end in darkness. The same brain that adapts to isolation can rewire for connection. Neuroscientists call it social neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to grow new pathways through simple acts of presence. A conversation, a shared meal, a gentle text that says, I was thinking of you. Stanford studies show brief, authentic social interactions release oxytocin and reduce cortisol. Connection is medicine, and empathy is the delivery system. Maybe healing starts not with being loved, but with learning to see others again. Loneliness is about feeling unseen. Awareness changes everything. When you notice your mind's hunger for connection, you've begun to feed it. You are human for needing to be seen. As one Harvard psychiatrist wrote, the cure for loneliness isn't company, it's visibility. This content is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical or psychological advice. Loneliness is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It reminds you that your mind was never designed to exist in silence. Every conversation, every moment of eye contact is a spark that tells your brain, you belong here. If this episode made you see your mind differently, subscribe to NeuroDepth and share it with someone who might be silently struggling to be seen. Because awareness isn't power over the mind, it's power within it.